Now we are moving into a new chapter altogether, that is judiciary. Three organs of the state: we have executive, we have legislature, and then we have judiciary. Now we are coming into the judiciary part, which is very important because three pillars where the constitutional framework will work. So in this particular video, I would like to give a brief introduction about judiciary. Then I will be moving into Supreme Court, then various functions and activities and appointment, removal of the judges. So many things are involved in it. It is the apex body and very, very crucial. Then we will have to talk about the high courts, and of course, not much about the subordinate courts, but still some idea. So in this introductory lecture, so let me put judiciary and introduction. Judiciary and introduction. A brief outline, okay, nothing much beyond a point, but still have an idea. So in India, we have a unified judiciary. In fact, even though India is a federation, as you know very well, and in federation, we have this is the central government and the state governments, and both have lawmaking power. They can make their own law. They have two separate, both are coordinate but independent of each other. We have a union list, then we have state list, then we have concurrent list, where both union and the states can make law. So we have a set of items given to the center, we have a set of items given to the states, and of course in some places where both can legislate. Now the implementation of this law, if somebody violates this, what will happen? So ideally in a federal system, for the union related laws, any violation and the implementation, the federal judiciary should take care, whereas the state related laws should be taken care by the state judiciary. So separate judiciary is what is there in USA. So if a state law, the states have so many items. See, in India also we know 61 items are with the states. So now in these 61 items, 99 items are with the center. So in these 61 items right now, the states can make law, and any violation of the law and the implementation, if there is something goes wrong, you can go to the court, and the state judiciary should take care of it, and the final verdict of that case should have been in the state judiciary's apex body. The highest court of the state judiciary should have been taking care of that. But in India, we have a unified judiciary, meaning there is no separate judiciary for the states. In India, the unique thing is we have a unified judiciary, no separate judiciary for the states. That means, we have a single hierarchical setup. The appeal from even a state law, if there is a violation, the verdict given in the high court, the highest court in the state is high court. There is no Supreme Court for the state. Now, any case, even if it is a state law, its appeal can go to the Supreme Court of India. It will come to Delhi or the Supreme Court. So this is totally different from the other federal constitutions. In other federations like US, they have a state legislature, state laws, and the state judiciary, and any law, any state law's final verdict is within the state itself. They need not go to the central federal court. Federal court will take care of only the federal law related cases, and federal court will be taking care of those cases where the center state relations will come, and such things will be taken care. So in India, we have no separate judiciary for the states, and we have a unified setup. And in India, we can say we have a three-tier judiciary. We have at the national level, as we know very well, we have the Supreme Court. At the state level, we have the highest court is the High Court, And at the district level, when it comes to the district level, we have the district courts, but everything is linked. Okay, there is no separate judiciary for the state or other at a district court or the subordinate courts. Okay, which and then below we can say the district and the sessions court. We can say at the district level we call it as the district. I'll just come to that, and the sessions court. And then further below this districts and district level, we have the the subordinate courts. We have the subordinate courts. In fact, if you look at the Indian scenario a bit, okay, just a second. When you look at the Indian scenario, see, as I was mentioning, in the Indian scenario, we have the Supreme Court. So, if I make a diagram or rather a table, let me just put it this way: the apex is Supreme Court. Supreme Court is the topmost. Below Supreme Court, we have the high courts, because any case or any verdict of the high court, it can be challenged in the Supreme Court. So, all cases will proceed, if required, from high court it will go to the Supreme Court. And below the high court is the highest court in the state. Now, there are two-way division I would like to talk here, just for your understanding. One, we call it as the metropolitan courts. That means in the cities, metropolitan centers. Metropolitan courts. And as far as the the normal districts are concerned, it is called district and sessions court. District and session courts. Okay, so at the district level, district and session court, or if it is a city, it is a metropolitan court. Now, within the once it comes to the district level and the metropolitan court level, now we have classification. Okay, this is the metropolitan court. Now, within that, now we can say this is divided. This metropolitan court as well as the district courts are divided into civil court and the criminal court. Okay. So, one division is the civil cases and another is the criminal cases. Okay. Civil court and the criminal court. Same way, civil and criminal. See, I just would like to see, it may not be out of my interest also I am talking about these things, because there may be, we have questions mainly about the Supreme Court and the High Court, but you should know what is our judicial hierarchy and the setup. So, below or at the district level, the district and session court, we have civil court and criminal court. Civil and criminal. Okay. Now, this civil and the what you call the civil court normally, and that is how it will be going below in both metropolitan and the district and session court the same. So, I will be talking only about one. So, civil court normally is called the district court, or the district judge will be the head of it. Okay. In the civil court, civil matters, it is called the district court. Civil court is known as the district court, whereas the criminal court is known as the sessions court. Criminal court is known as the sessions court. Okay. So, there will be a sessions judge, and for a civil cases what you call a district judge. Okay. So, please understand, if somebody says I am the district judge, you should know that he is dealing only with the civil cases. I will come to that civil and criminal. So, a district court is headed by a district judge, whereas a sessions court is headed by a sessions judge. Sessions judge. Because the criminal cases are taken up in sessions, or rather the arguments and counter arguments take place in session after session. That is why it is called sessions court. That is how the name has come. Okay. So, this is the district level. So, district level courts, either if it is a metropolitan city, we have metropolitan court. If it is a normal district, there is a district court, and district courts are divided into two. One court, the district court will take, district, that is why it is called district and sessions court, and district and sessions court, and within the district court we have similarly the metropolitan also has the same thing, okay, where a city civil court will be there. So this is a metropolitan, so it is a city civil court, and the criminal is again sessions court. Criminal is again sessions. So there is no change. So it's only different in the civil court we call this sort of district court, we call district civil court. Here we are saying that a city civil court, that's only different. Now just to have an idea, what is a civil case? Civil case and a criminal case I said. So what is the difference? Let me just talk about that also and just to have an idea. A civil case is a lawsuit where it deals with contracts or torts. Contracts or torts. See, what is a tort? Tort means a wrongful or a negligent act that results in damage or injury. A wrongful or negligent act which has resulted in damage or injury. So, a civil case where it will deals with contracts, and so civil cases can occur by way of action or application. So, what is civil case? A civil case begins when a person or an entity or a corporation or a company, which and the person who approaches the court is called the plaintiff. Okay, the person who approaches the court is called the plaintiff. The person who approaches the court okay, and the against whom the claim is made, he is known as a defendant. Okay, plaintiff versus defendant. Okay, so if you have a case, we will call the person who filed the case is the plaintiff, and against whom we are claiming is the defendant. So, a plaintiff versus defendant will be there. The claims on the other person, that is what we say, because the other side, the defendant failed to carry out a legal duty owed to the other person. Okay. So, this defendant failed to carry out. So, the defendant failed to carry out a legal duty towards the complainant, okay, the plaintiff or the complainant. Okay. So, this and the court, the plaintiff who complains, who went to the court, he will be asking the court to tell the defendant to fulfill the duty or pay compensation, whatever it is. Okay. So, that is the meaning of a civil case. So, civil case where a contract or a tort, okay, that is what we are saying. A civil case is a lawsuit that deals with a contract or torts. Tort means any action or a wrongful or negligent act that resulted in a damage or injury. So, that is what we are talking in terms of the civil case and the criminal case. Now, below the civil court, the district court, now we have the subordinate court. So, this is the district court. We have two district courts. One is the civil. So, it is called a district judge under the and the sessions judge. So, we have below that, now we are talking about the subordinate courts in both. Okay, the subordinate. Below the district court, we have subordinate courts. Now, so as far as the civil matter is concerned, below the district court and the district judge, there can be sub-court or under the senior civil judge. Okay. We have a sub-court and it is headed by a senior civil judge. And below that, below the sub-court, there can be principal junior civil judge. Okay, we have senior civil judge, now we have principal, junior civil judge. Okay, principal junior civil judge court, principal junior civil judge court, and even below that, even for smaller civil cases, which is called the Munsif court. It is a British system which we got, which is called the Munsif court. And in the district Munsif or a junior civil judge. So, a principal junior civil judge, below him will be a junior civil judge. Munsif court will be the chief Munsif we call, or what we call junior civil judge. Okay, a junior civil judge will be heading the Munsif. Normally, the newly appointed judges, okay, in the by the normal. So, a district Munsif court, okay, or the district Munsif court is a court of the lowest order handling matters pertaining to civil matters in the district. So, what is the Munsif court or a district Munsif court? District Munsif court is the lowest court, the lowest level court, which deals with, or the lowest order court dealing matters pertaining to civil matter, matters pertaining to civil matter. Okay, civil matter, and usually it is controlled by the district courts, or the district court has the control over the Munsif court, and it authorized to try certain cases, smaller with minimum compensation and all will be taken care there, and appeal against. Now, if a Munsif court gives a verdict, what will happen? That is the next question. The Munsif court verdict can be appealed in the next higher, one rank superior to the district Munsif court, but inferior to the district court. So, that means an appeal of the, so we have the district court on the top, then the lowest is in the district, the lowest is the Munsif court. The Munsif court case may be appealed in a subordinate court, and that appeal will go to the district court, and from the district court it can go to the high court, and from the high court it can go to the Supreme Court. Just see, so a smaller case, a Munsif court, that is the lowest order, the Munsif court cases can be appealed before a subordinate court, because we have two subordinate courts mentioned here in some district we can have. So, sub court or a senior civil judge or a principal junior civil judge court can be there. So, one of these it can go up to one level, and from there it will go to the district level, and from there it can go to the high court. Okay, that is the hierarchy as far as the civil cases are concerned. So, the lowest court, the lowest level civil court is known as the district Munsif court. Do not forget. Now, when it comes to the in the criminal cases, now the subordinate courts, how does it work? Let us come to the criminal case. The sessions judge or sessions court, below the sessions court, what is going to be there? Below the sessions court, we have judicial magistrate of first class. Okay. Below the sessions court, we have judicial magistrate of first class. So, first class judicial magistrate. So, judicial magistrate of first class or the first class judicial magistrate court is a subordinate court, and below this judicial magistrate first class, we have judicial magistrate of second class. We have judicial magistrate court of second class, judicial magistrate court of second class. So, in a civil matter we have three levels we said in the subordinate court. One is the subordinate court where the senior civil judge is there, then we have principal junior civil judge court, then we have the Munsif court. So, three levels are there, but in the criminal matter there are only two levels below the district court. One is the judicial magistrate court of the first class and judicial magistrate court of the second class. Okay. Now, what is the difference there? Now, just for your understanding, because you should, when you hear all these things, there should not be any confusion, that is why I am telling. Please remember, the court of the judicial magistrate second class is the lowest hierarchy in the criminal court structure in India. So let me talk about the what you call judicial magistrate of second class, the judicial magistrate of second class. This is the lowest criminal court, structure in India. Okay, lowest criminal court. Here a judicial magistrate of second class, and what kind of cases can be filed there? Here the cases where the punishment can be less than 1 year imprisonment. Okay, this in the second class, maximum punishment is 1 year imprisonment or a fine of 5,000 rupees. In some states it may be slightly different, but a judicial magistrate of the second class can deal with such cases where the punishment can be of maximum of 1 year or a fine of not more than 5,000 rupees. That is judicial magistrate of second class, that is the lowest criminal court. And above that, we have the judicial magistrate of the first class. So we have judicial magistrate of first class. So in the judicial magistrate of the first class, where not exceeding, he can take up cases not exceeding the punishment, not exceeding 3 years. Punishment not exceeding 3 years or a fine not exceeding 10,000 rupees or both. Fine not exceeding rupees 10,000 or both. Okay, so that is how the that means only such cases will come up in judicial magistrate of the first class. Up to 3 year punishment, it can come up in the judicial magistrate of the first class, the court of the judicial magistrate of the first class. Now anything above, all heinous crimes, all big crimes will come to the sessions court directly. So sessions court is the district court, the district sessions court. The sessions court is the highest court in the district. Sessions court on criminal matters. Here the sessions court is responsible for adjudicating all matters related to the criminal cases, especially related to murder, theft, dacoity, rape or pickpocketing or any of them. Sessions court has the power to even give penalty up to death penalty. Sessions court can give up to death penalty. So up to 1 year judicial magistrate of the second class, up to 3 year punishment it can be judicial magistrate of the first class, and any other punishment, all other criminal cases, all others related to theft, dacoity, murder, attempt to murder, or everything where the punishment is more than 3 years, it will come to the sessions court. Sessions court can give even death penalty. So this is how our hierarchy is there, and you please see once again. It's very clear. We are starting the Supreme Court is the highest court, and high courts are there, but there is no separate Supreme Court or separate judiciary for the states, and all appeals of the High Court will go to the Supreme Court. Below the High Court, we have the district level or the metropolitan court, and district level we are dividing into two, the civil as well as the criminal cases. Civil court is the district judge, district court, and the criminal court is not as the sessions court. And within the district, we have below the district or below the metropolitan level, we have subordinate courts, and in the civil cases there can be 3 subordinate courts. Subordinate court of the senior civil judge, then principal junior civil judge, then further below the lowest is the municipal court, where small cases where the punishment can be very less, or other where the fine can be very less. The smallest of the cases will be taken up in the municipal court. Similarly, in the sessions court, the district court, the district sessions court, that is the highest, what you call, the court of the district. We have 2 lower level, 2 subordinate courts below the district court. One is the judicial magistrate of the first class, further below judicial magistrate of the second class. Second class up to 1 year fine, 1 year punishment or 5,000 rupees fine. judicial magistrate court of this first class up to 3-year punishment or 10,000 rupees fine or both. But all other criminal cases including murder, it can be taken up only in the sessions court, that is the district level court, and the sessions court can even give capital punishment. So that is the hierarchy of India, hierarchy of the judiciary in India. Now one by one I will be taking up. We may not be interested in the subordinate courts and all. I have just given an idea. Now I will be talking about the Supreme Court first, then I will be moving into the high courts. So that's all about the introduction to our judiciary.